Me baby get in and dead. The man comes to me cousin Nelly cousin. Jesus.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple.
Your actions can energize your thoughts and your intentions can transform them. Today, set intentions to feel good. Recognize the love surrounding you. Stay elevated above everything that does not serve your happiness. Expect things to work out in your favor. Thrive with what you are given. Mostly, continue to be obsessively grateful for all your blessings. Wagwan, my people. Hope everybody doing okay. Hope everybody doing all right. Yet another morning, me get up and find myself alive. Every day above ground is a blessing. How awesome it is to be amongst the living. And surely, not amongst the dead. Give thanks to life and the gathering. People, crocus bag of things are going. Whole heap of things are going on the news. I'm not needing to worry yourself because now I get every little thing in our nice little package. See, I know some of my friend link, my friend say my view. Don't make what happened the last time happen again. But I say what happened the last time. Remember when I read news them that time there? Him say no, my view. You have a duty and you have a job. So you have to do what you supposed to do. Because we're going 2010. Also now, we not see the police them do nothing about it. It just come in the media and then it gone. Alright people, suppose I wonder we're going 2010. Only people they dead too. 8 people they dead. Right down at Chediga Park. Oh no, suppose all of my people up on the screen. Them name ya? And them people are dead in a 2 house. So not the first one so much people are dead. You understand? And more people if they run about them, the people escape. And what the government and the police did then are the same thing them I don't know. Drop one little piece of curfew, claim say them a look for some people, and then by 2, 3, 4, 5 days time, we don't got hear nothing about it. So these people, may I tell you the truth, we can't keep this out of the media. We have to continue talking about this and put pressure on the government, on the system, for find these killers, not only the killers, who contracted the killers, and the police them were involved in the mix-up too. Because I don't want to feel like the police to mix up in this thing kind of people. Police mix up in it. Because the killers them not really gone over them can't go far. But the thing is this. People lose faith in the system. People are scared to talk. And that I mash up Jamaica. People afraid to talk because they might tell a one police say, yo, you know, say, them man down the road do this. And them are going to tell the same set of man them. And then, boom, you say them the people they dead. And that talk go on, you know. But one thing me sure about everything in a song. So we say, go on over Clarendon, it's in a song too, you know, man.
Me a pen Jerome and the real dandada. Sing and remain as the father.
Well, on there now, people, because it's the war between Azan and Jerome. Yes, man. Just start. And it now go done for now. And the more the police them dig into this thing, and the more them are going to say some of the people them who are dig with them, involved in the same foolishness too. Because them are protect criminal element. And youths, let me tell you something since nobody know want to tell you. Stop make some man with the behind bars and now know where you go. Make you no kill off for yourself. Azan that me attack. Stop make Azan lead on astray and tell him to go do foolishness because una alone I got dead. Him quite comfortable spot him there now. I remember say him a make whole heap of link round there. So about whole heap of people can do things to him. So no know which part the attacker come from. But wait, Jerome him now, him have whole heap of police link. You understand? So this is a one different type of war to fight. Because police are protect him and him are sending him money for protecting people them. What you think say? You know say, none of you them get give up yet. Because hush money don't run. So how this all started? The youth from Räddels in a town. Yeah man, everybody's supposed to him. I just don't remember his name. As soon as I remember his name, I go tell you his name. A fame drugs get messed up. You understand? Yeah man, fame drugs. Where that ship from New York to Florida. Fame drugs get messed up. And him decide say, yo, he want him drugs. Cause he know say a Beanie take him drugs. Remember say Beanie, a Jerome boy. So what him do? Him put out a hit. From Beanie. And guess who take it? Greedy Azan, because him come from down there, so Cherry Chile, and him decide say, yo, me I go take this thing here, you know. I go lick down Beanie sister. So I'm telling you say, Jojo get licked down, boom. Azan take the contract, lick down Jojo. Alright, move from right there, so now. Jerome done say what you know, man. Him not take this because remember say Jerome had it done. Right round the West Park, right round there, so. I'm say, yo, we not take this, you know. Remember say we grow, Jojo, we grow. Beanie and the whole of them are our people them. So guess what I go on power I go on. I go put up back at it, man, I lick down everything where belongs to Azan. So come you see the man them circle on a cherry tree lane too, you know. I lick down everything around there, you know. I make a statement. So people me tell you know, drugs. And then remember say the other little thing I'm gonna tell you about the quadruple murder. That a part, that are the scamming part type. This not go done for now. This not go done for now, my people. Remember me tell you Azan there behind the rail. And him a link with one whole heap of people. So comes him go so boom. I make a link with the Yorktown man them, you know. Him and the man them from Yorktown a link. I don't know Yorktown a hoof place already. Listen back to cartel song, man. I say cartel them inform everything then talking, man. Anything you hear, anything involving I'm talking, my people. Me I tell you the truth, you know. I saw him turn. So you see? Gunman, police. This thing just go stretch far. Wide. See there? Instead which part him there and call 4 little idiot with 1 little gun. And tell them say, yo, go and go shoot up down the road. Me don't know which part them go with them 1 little gun. I mean know why the police never prayed them out. Them the 4 boy, they should have get prayed out. And I ask on the police, I tell you no. Oh no, should have prayed out them the 4 little boy there. Because them a must baboon, you know. Anyways, watch your guan pan walk one, man. 1 and 2 little people with them on the scene and see what guan pan walk one. Them a talk and then me not even tell you where I go talk. But you can probably listen what I'm have to say. Alright?
Some guys just start blazing gunshot. And the guy that shot my daughter said, I kill off all of them. I can't believe it's like I'm dreaming right now. About 10 minutes or 15 minutes, something like that.
There was a lot of gunshots?
Yes, a lot.
Love them to my heart and me lose my heart.
And as me hear the news, the pain come right in my back. I not even can cry yet. And so on. I'm my nice son. And it was my nice son. In time I not have nothing, I him help me out. He do mechanic. And he walk and sell bleach and soap powder and then something there. And he just love kids and he love everyone.
Me baby get in and head. The man comes to me cousin very good Jesus.
It was my baby father's birthday and we just decided to cook some food. Our family and friends get together and we just eat and enjoy ourselves. My mother, you know, she lose her belly pain. Her husband dead in her hand.
We have done a lot of work around that investigation so far. Today the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security visited the scene to get an appreciation of what transpired. We are following a lot of investigative and operational leads, and as we have indicated before, the security forces will ensure that justice is done and that closure is brought to these acts that were committed by the vicious criminal. We have engaged the major investigation task force, the headquarters led by Superintendent Hilton, as well as the criminal investigation branch, which is headed by Acting Assistant Commissioner Wayne Joseph, who is actually coordinating the investigation. We are giving this investigation the highest level of attention. We are focused and we are going to ensure that the victims of the crime, they do get justice.
We have imposed a curfew in the area, and we will be engaged in a lot of activities to ensure that those who are responsible are brought to justice. We will identify and locate the suspect. We will ensure to mitigate any form of reprisal by our presence, and we will, and I will appeal, and we are appealing to the public. If you have any information, please pass it on to us. This senseless act must be dealt with swiftly and proportionately.
I've directed a specific team to treat this particular incident. Merits special attention by the security forces. And consequently, in addition to all the ongoing anti-gang task force operations and other security operations, I've directed a specific team to treat this particular incident. They will assist the JCF in conducting special and targeted operations to ensure that
we have imposed a curfew in the area, and we will be engaged in a lot of activities to ensure that those who are responsible are brought to justice. We will identify and locate the suspect. We will ensure to mitigate any form of reprisal by our presence, and we will, and I will appeal, and we are appealing to the public. If you have any information, please pass it on to us. This senseless act must be dealt with swiftly and proportionately.
I've directed a specific team to treat this particular incident. Merits special attention by the security forces. And consequently, in addition to all the ongoing anti-gang task force operations and other security operations, I've directed a specific team to treat this particular incident. They will assist the JCF in conducting special and targeted operations to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to justice. We will continue to support the JCF in this and all their security operations to ensure that Jamaicans can feel safe. Thank you.
It's difficult to believe that we're standing at a crime scene. When you look around, it's like any community in Jamaica. This could have been anywhere. A few meters from where I'm standing, a car drove up. The men alighted from the car. One high-powered automatic weapon, which has been certified to be an M16, obviously by virtue of the recovered spent shells, and handguns were used. There may be the view that this was a drive-by. So I want to dispel that from the public consciousness. The men, by the reports we have received, alighted from the car, walked a few meters to this establishment, and they pursued individuals and killed, including an 8-year-old youngster who was just killed right behind that car there. They then went back in the vehicle, went further down into the community, came out of their vehicle again, pursued individuals, and one person was killed. So I want it to be understood that this is not what you would describe as a regular criminal act of a drive-by, and even that should never be described in that way. But this is an act calculated to deliver the highest level of terror. And that is what made me today convene the National Security Council to discuss a criminal act that would not necessarily attract the attention of the National Security Council. But the nature of what was done, and of course what we know about the connections that are involved in this, would make me, as the chairman of the National Security Council and Minister Chang as Minister of National Security, take a very deep look at this problem of organized armed violence and the role that gangs play in the organization, the arming, and the producing violence affecting innocent people. We have, over the last 4 years, invested heavily in the investigative capacity of the JCF. And I don't have to go into the examples of the incredible work that the major investigations and other units of the JCF, led by the great work of DCP Bailey, would have done in solving all kinds of crimes. In 2023, I described a similar event as a terror event where a gangster in Mount Salem in St. James with a high-powered weapon opened fire on a public passenger vehicle, killing 3 persons, including 2 youngsters. And at that time, I spoke stridently and I made a commitment to their mothers. I visited them personally and to their other family members that we would capture and bring to justice those persons who are involved. And that was done within a few weeks. So I want the criminals who are involved in this to take my words very seriously. I am personally looking on all areas of the organization to ensure that all the resources necessary from the state, whether it is the financing, whether it is the international cooperation, whether it is the legislative support, will be made available to the security forces to pursue this relentlessly. They must either meet a judge or meet their maker, whichever they choose. But Jamaica cannot countenance this kind of crime where people feel they have the impunity to, in one act, take so many lives or take any lives whatsoever. I see this as an important tipping point. We have invested, as I've said, heavily in the capabilities of the JCF, whether it is intelligence, training, leadership, infrastructure, technology. There's no question, no other administration has invested in the JCF as we have done. We have used those resources within the law to diminish the capabilities of gangs and indeed to eliminate many gangs. In fact, 4 years ago, we had about 380 gangs, the last report I recall. My report this morning is that we now have 185 active gangs being pursued. Today, I gave a directive to the National Security Council that we must eradicate, eliminate, diminish, wipe out all the gangs that exist, every single one of them, no matter how they feel that they are connected, no matter how they feel that they have resources and they are protected by whoever in the society. This is a tipping point. And as I said in the press conference, every gang leader now should take with themselves. Because as I stand here, I'm absolutely resolved that we will conquer this problem of organized armed violence perpetrated by gangs. So the JCF has, and the JDF, they have their marching orders. They know what the policy of the government is. They know that we're going to put the resources behind it. And in the instant case, yes, we will find the people who are responsible, as I committed to the mother who I met just a while ago, that, getting the killer is not going to return your daughter. But after you have gone through the grieving process and you start to look at, crimes affecting other people, you're going to want your daughter's life to mean something. And if by virtue of this very sad incident, that the state's resolve is still to go after these criminals, then it may give a sense of comfort to those who have lost loved ones. So yes, we will treat with the instant case, but that is only a part of the projection and focus. We will go after all the gangs. And what we are seeing is that there are connections and links with not just the gangs that are involved, but with other gangs who facilitate. And we will leave no stone unturned. We will pull every thread to see where it leads. You know, Jamaica is at an inflection point, meaning that we have solved the economic issues, we have dealt with the resilience issues. The big issue now for us is peace. And if we solve the peace element of the equation, we will take off at a rate that is much faster than we have grown before. So that is what is holding us back, peace and productivity. But if we can solve the peace part of the equation, our growth will just take off. You know, Jamaica has the potential to do it. And I want to assure the people of this community that the resources are in place to keep you safe. And just quickly to point out, the traditional modalities of police operations should not be used to judge police operations going forward in the future. The police have many modalities of treating with issues. So I heard one call from someone who I'm not surprised they don't know better, that they should see the place flooded with police. I'm not going to explain the strategic direction of the police because we don't want the criminals to understand what we're doing. But if you stop for a moment, right, if there are connections, then the police not only need to be here, but they need to be at other places as well. And they might very well be here and you don't know. So I would say to persons who have no idea of what we are doing, not to try and misdirect public attention. Right now, what we need is unity, and unity in all forms. We need unity in civil society, and we need political unity. This should never be used as an opportunity to divide the attention of the people, as I've seen someone try to do. My understanding comes because we have given policy directives from the National Security Council, is that whenever issues like these occur, murders or any kind of issue, that victim support is a standard practice of police response. So I would leave DCP Bailey to say how victim support has been mobilized. But for those who would seek to create political mischief, I would wish to inform the public that the standard operating procedure of the JCF is that in incidents like these, or even lesser incidents, that the resources for victim support is mobilized almost immediately. The police is fully mobilized. I am told, and again, DCP Bailey, I'll leave those details to be verified, but there are 4 persons in custody. 1 firearm has been seized so far, and you're only focusing here, but the police is operating in other areas, which we won't name, which we will get results. So I've given DCP Bailey a directive that we need to see results, not in weeks, but in days. So I know that the officers are going to be beating the pavement and going into communities and getting the information. And as I speak about information, you know, the destruction and eradication of the gangs have come because the police have been incredible in their investigations. But investigations work well when you are investigating in an environment where the citizens are willing to cooperate. Now, you can investigate by gaining intelligence, and there are many ways to gain intelligence. But the best intelligence is when someone who has the information communicates it to you. In today's world, there are many ways to get information to the police and be safe. You're doing yourself a favor by sharing the information. The gangs only exist because the environment is such that information is not readily shared with the police. And there is a sense where the gangs have managed to convince citizens that they are protectors and not the police. I've said to the police that our posture in this must be to protect the civilians. We must, the civilians here, the innocent people in this community and elsewhere, must see the police as being on their side. We must replace the gangs in the communities. And that must be the operational posture, which means respect for people's rights, dealing with people with decency and dignity, and supporting community efforts. That is important. And if we build that, the community will feel more comfortable in sharing information. So I make an appeal to the community members. I'm sure people know. I'm sure there is the informal network of information. Share whatever information you have. You may think it's a piece of information that doesn't make sense. Share it still. We want to know, to piece together everything. It is in your interest to keep your community safe. And lastly, could this have been prevented? This is a question that whenever crimes like these happen, we review our policies and procedures, and I'm certain that DCP Bailey and Commissioner Blake, when they are back, those questions they will answer. What was on their radar, what was not. But what I am certain of, as I was told by the mother of one of the victims, that the police were here, they were patrolling, they were moving about, they had static presence every night. But obviously these criminals had a level of organization where they were studying the rhythm of the patrols and the operation, which tells you that this is not an ordinary crime. This is not an impetuous action. This is something that is studied, that they calculated, that they came to spread mayhem and to take the lives of innocent people, which is why we have to take a different level, a higher level approach to this, to send a message to the criminal underworld that you will not win, you will never win, and no matter how long it takes, we are going to find you and bring you to justice.
Then watch on the group up in the comment section and talk about my view. We make a review so late. Then what do you want me to do? Rush the information given and come chat foolish this? No. Remember, say I set work on this platform, I understand. I have a message to Kanjo, here we go on. You see the boy them in no sense, just make sure something about them. I don't put them pan. We don't want none of them boy here. Eat taxpayers' money and ask you, I tell you, Kanjo. So that's what I need for to spread out all of them pan grung. And wait, now people, we have a next thing for telling you, understand, because the youth reach out to me in the blue shirt. Remember the review the other day, the man say, yo, my view, guess what, go on. Me I want painter, man. I lie them, I tell Pamela me broken in a paper place. And you know, so I believe in you, though. I believe in you, you understand? And because the people, them know, say, all the people are walk around and are broken in a paper place, they say the youth. But I know the youth, so I tell him, say, watch out, go on. Send in your business card so we can go sub boom and show the people them so you can get some work. I remember say the people them about you want painter, man. I want if a painter we know to, man. You understand how we can get some work with some of them too. You understand, right, Mr. Lee? Anyway, I so forward.
Thanks for watching. This was a MyView TV production. Remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, tell a friend for tell a friend, and remember, him never bring nobody forward for cheer for him. Walk good.